Hello everyone, my name is Samir. Currently I am pursuing second year of my engineering at Srinivas Ramanujan College. Today I am doing my second mid assignment of first semester in the year of second year of my engineering, and my topic of the assignment is timestamp based protocols in the subject of data management system. So let's go into the topic. Here we see the introduction to timestamp based protocols. Basically, timestamp based protocols are essential for concurrency control in database management systems. They help maintain consistency and isolation in multi-user environments. This presentation will explore their principles, advantages and challenges. As we can see in the picture, timestamp based protocols, the timestamp ordering protocol guarantees serializability since all the arcs in presidency graph are of the form. As we can see in the picture, the transaction with the smaller timestamp, the transaction with the larger timestamp. Thus, there will be no cycles in the presidency graph. Timestamp protocol ensures freedom from deadlock as no transaction ever waits, but the schedule may not be cascade free and may not even be recoverable. What is a timestamp? A timestamp is a unique identifier assigned to be a transaction at the moment it begins. It reflects the chronological order of transactions in the system. The timestamp facilitates the determination of precedences of transactions. As we can see in the picture, benefits of timestamping in documents. Hash value encryption generated. Hash value entered into blockchain, keeping the document data hidden. So it helps the documents to be very precise and hidden the data we need. Basic principle of timestamp ordering. Each transaction is assigned a timestamp when it starts. Operations within the transactions are executed based on the timestamp order. Older transactions are given precedence over newer ones to ensure consistency. Transactions with smaller timestamps to transactions with larger timestamps. Types of timestamp protocols. There are primarily two types: basic timestamp ordering and Thomas Wright rule. Basic timestamp ordering prevents conflicts by rejecting transactions that violate ordering, and the Thomas rule allows some flexibility by permitting certain transactions to succeed even when they would normally be rejected. Generation of timestamps. Timestamps can be generated in several ways. One possible way is to use a counter that is incremented each time its value is assigned to a transaction. The transaction timestamps are numbered 1, 2, 3 in this scheme. A computer counter has an infinite maximum value, so the system must periodically reset the counter to 0 when no transactions are executing for some short period of time. Another way to implement timestamp is to use the current date time value of the system clock and ensure that no two timestamp values are generated during the same tick of the clock. So, as we've seen in the picture, that's the way to generate timestamps. Advantages of timestamp based protocols. They provide a straightforward method for implementing concurrency control. The system avoids deadlocks since transactions are executed in a serializable manner. Timestamps can easily accommodate distributed databases. Challenges in timestamp based protocols. One major challenge is the potential for transaction aborts due to conflicts. Increased overhead may arise from maintaining timestamps and managing conflicts. The system may also face issues with timestamps overflow in high transaction environments. Comparison with other concurrency control methods. Okay. Timestamp based protocols differ from locking mechanisms as they do not require locks. They can be more efficient in certain scenarios where read operations dominate. However, they may struggle in environments with high concentration for resources. Example use of the protocol. A partial schedule for several data items for transaction with timestamps. As we can see in the picture, T1 is equals to 1, T2 is equals to 2, and all these timestamp examples are in the picture. So let's go into another. Implementation of timestamp protocols. Implementing timestamp based protocols involves modifying the transaction manager. The system must maintain a global timestamp counter for ordering transactions. Pure proper management of reads and write is crucial to ensure complements with the protocol. So here, as we see in the picture, that global timestamp counter for ordering transactions is here. The date and the time is mentioned with seconds. So with this way, the time we want to stamp will automatically get stamps. Example of timestamp based protocol execution. Consider a scenario with two transactions T1 and T2. If T1 starts before T2, all operations of T1 must be completed before T2 can proceed. The system ensures that the result is equivalent to some serial execution of T1 followed by T2. So here in the picture, timestamp based protocols. The timestamp ordering protocol ensures that any conflicting read and write operations are executed in timestamp order. Suppose a transaction T issues a read queue, and all these mathematical calculations will be done by the computer, and it will generate a value of our own need of the timestamp. So yeah. Real world applications. A timestamp based protocols are used in various database systems like Oracle and PostgreSQL. They are particularly useful in systems with high transaction rates and large user bases. These protocols help ensure data integrity and consistency across distributed systems. Future trends in timestamp protocols. The evolution of timestamp protocols continues with the advent of new database architectures. Hybrid approaches that combine timestamps with other currency methods are gaining traction. Advantages in technology may lead to more efficient timestamp management strategies. So here in the conclusion, the timestamp based protocols are a vital part of database management systems. They offer a robust solution for maintaining consistency and isolation in transactions. Understanding their workings can significantly enhance database performance and reliability. So, the timestamp based protocols, the timestamp ordering protocol guarantees serializability since all the arcs in the presidency graph are of the form. Thus, there will be no cycles in the presidency graph. So, as we all know that the timestamp is a very vital part of the database management systems, and for some databases with timestamps and date and times to be mentioned, with this protocol we can easily get the timestamps on it, so that the data, so we can know whenever we open a database of what time it was created and on what time it was edited and all. So yeah, in that case and some other scenarios, timestamps are very essential and play a vital part in the database management systems. Thank you. Thank you, sir.